Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. We've got some updates to show you, so let's take a look. So we came in with the stud welder. If you remember, I showed you last time, we had a big dent right here. So I don't know if you could see it or not. I'm going to try to see. So everywhere you see a hole, there was a stud. Like these, they're all up there. I got to cut them off, grind them all down, and then the dent is pretty much pulled out, and the remainder of it I'll be able to fill it in with a little bit of Bondo, and we'll be able to get a windshield in it. So that we made some progress there. Still up in the air on what to do with this dashboard. As you can see, it was red underneath the black. This was a red car with a red interior. The most value in the car is to bring it back to original, but I'm not big on red, so I'm still struggling with the what I'm going to do here, whether I'm going to paint it black or whether I'm going to paint it red. But if I'm going to paint it red, it's going to look a little awkward if I paint it red up to right here, all the way down to here, and then have a black dashboard. So if I do that, we've got to go red interior. We're still undecided. Appreciate if you put it in the comments what you think. Would you bring it back to all red interior? Would you keep it all black like it is now, or would you change it up to a two-tone like I'm maybe considering? Saw a car up in Massachusetts. It had a red interior with black seats. Really liked it a lot. Considering doing that to this car. That way, if I ever do sell it, the only thing that has to be changed back is the seats. So that's that. Still a big decision, but we'll figure that out. We're working on it. Let's go over here, take a look inside the car. So what we try to do over here, if I can find one. All right, so I'm going to just use this as an example. So basically, okay, got some light on it. There we go. So basically, this right here is the seat bolt for the front seat, if I'm saying that correctly. Okay, so what happens is it's stripped down in there. We try to take an easy out, put it on there. That's not working. So basically, I use this as an example. We try to take a nut, put it over the top like so. That's not a good example. Let's go with this. Sorry about the lighting here, people. Okay, here we go. So basically, we try to take a nut smaller than this, okay, and we try to weld it to the stud inside here to create a one-piece unit so we could back the stud out. That didn't work out. We broke multiple. This was the result every time. So we would weld it together, and then we'd go to turn it, and it would just snap immediately. So what's happening is I'm having a hard time getting the weld to this bond right here. That's where it's trying to bond to, right here. So don't know if I need to grind that down a little bit, make it a little bit more porous or something, but we're going to try it again. Got to get another welder back in here and try it. What I didn't realize, and I talked to one of my friends who's just about a certified welder. He owned his own welding business. He states that the welder had to be all the way up high heat, and we didn't have that. So next time we try it, it'll be high heat. Unfortunately, we have another situation like that on the front end of the motor, and we tried to weld to that also, and we couldn't get that stud off, and it's to attach the whole timing cover to the front of the motor. So unfortunately, the motor's probably going to have to go back out again. It hasn't been to the machine shop, but the heads have, and this time around the motor's probably going to have to go to the machine shop and have that stud removed, because it's a horizontal stud. I can't drill it out straight. Worst case scenario, if we cannot get a nut to weld onto this stud, I will have to cut it flush and drill that out, which is okay because I am going up and down like this, straight up and down. But on the block, we'd be going vertical straight in. So hard to keep a full 90-degree angle when you're doing that. So that's why it might have to go to the machine shop. So that's what's going on in the interior. We haven't done much else. We'll go back to the back. As you can see, we got a muffler under there. We got some tailpipes up in here. We got some tailpipes up in there. But I got to bring in Mr. Z28, which you saw in the last video, to help me out with this one, because every time I try to tighten up one of the clamps, the muffler slips out. And so that's where we're at there. That'll be coming together pretty soon. We'll be putting the muffler on, getting that all ready. The next plan of attack here is to, like I said, today we're probably going to be working on this a little bit. We're going to grind all these off, grind all this down, make it all smooth, and maybe put a skim layer of Bondo on there and get the process started. And then very shortly here, we're going to be ordering some paint. So, like I said, I'd appreciate it. You know, we're over 100 viewers now, and I appreciate everybody for watching and staying with me. You know, and I appreciate your comments. So, what would you do with this thing? Would you paint it red? You know, the body, I think I am going to bring back to red. You know, this car doesn't belong to being black. It belongs to be a Buccaneer red. You can see the red all over it. So, the car, paint-wise, will be brought back to red. But the question is the interior, because the reason I have to contemplate this now is once the windshield is in the car, as so, and it's pressed up against this, the windshield's not coming back out. So I got to get it right, and I got to get it right the first time. So, you know, I think either decision is a good one. I know bringing it back to red will, you know, the car will have more value because this is a numbers matching car. So I'm leaning towards red, but I really don't want a full red interior. So appreciate it if you help me out in the comments. Leave a comment what you think. What would you do with it, red or black? Like I said, there is no bad choice. I just like to know what other people would do with it. Like I said, you know, I make my own choices on this car, but I am open to suggestions, so I'd appreciate it. And we're going to keep it short for this one because there's not too much going on. But like I said, I got to contact the machine shop next week. And maybe, just maybe, we'll get the motor in there and get that stud removed so I can get it back here and start building the motor, and we can get it down and in there because we are ready. I mean, I got everything I need. The transmission's back. We are good to go. So I'm going to keep it short on this one. Hope everybody has a great weekend. And as always, Pontiac Power Forever. Peace.